Well, welcome to the BNI Effect. I'm Tony Meredith and I'm normally a business coach, but today I'm your host and fellow BNI member bringing you an amazing interview, and we're going to have some actionable tips that are going to elevate your networking game and ultimately help you grow your business. This episode is episode number 13, lucky number 13, and our lucky guest is Niki Pokala. Niki, hello, how are you?
Hello, Tony. How are you? I'm very well, thank you.
I'm doing awesome. Thank you for being here. Niki, let's kick it off by you sharing with us a little bit about who you are, your business, and the main services and products you offer.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here today. So my name is Niki and I'm from Shore and Shore. So my family founded and are the owners of Shore and Shore, and we are general insurance brokers. So I'm very fortunate to hold the general insurance seat within BNI Business Power Team, which is at Ashley Hornet. So Shore and Shore was founded about 3 years ago. So we are a baby company, fairly new, but we've been beyond blessed with the amount of growth that we have had over the last couple of years. So the business founded with my mum having the insurance industry background. She's been in the industry for 20 plus years, my whole life. She's been in insurance, and during COVID, obviously, she was working from home. And my dad comes from a non-insurance background, so he was in flight centre prior to starting the business and was made redundant during COVID as middle management was the first to go. And my mum would be working away from home, and my dad would be at home being like, "Why are you so busy? What are you doing all the time for your bosses?" kind of thing. And he's a big numbers man. He started looking at the numbers and was like, "You're earning all this money for your bosses. Like, why don't we do this?" And she laughed at him. She was like, "You know what? We're on one income as it is. Like, you're joking, right?" She was like, "Oh, you're joking." And he was like, No, I'm serious. Let's do this. Let's start this on our own." During COVID, so they took the plunge, and they were so fortunate that my mum's bosses at the time actually supported them and helped them start the business. So that was probably one of the biggest blessings that they did have. And, lo and behold, during COVID, Shore and Shore started, and it started with just the two of them from home in this very home office where I'm sitting. The boss lady is sitting right behind me as well at the moment. And, from there on, it just slowly grew, and eventually within the financial industry, you have something known as a financial services license, so an AFSL. So when they first started, they were working as an independent business underneath mum's old boss's AFSL license. And once again, my dad, being the person who was like, "You know what, let's get our own license." And once again, my mum was like, "No, that's a bit of a process. We're so new. No one's going to give us our own AFSL." But he was a man on a mission and applied for his license, and we have our own license today. And we're on the flip side of things where, similar to what mum's bosses did for us, we are now an aggregator, and we love supporting other insurance brokers. And we're very fortunate to have 14 other insurance brokers under our license today, and a lot of them, similar to how my parents started, were from a $0 book, and we love helping other brokers grow. So we're so passionate about supporting other people, other small businesses. Being a small family-owned business, that's what we're really, really passionate about. And then, of course, there is the other side of the business, which is the general insurance broking side of it. So we do everything from the domestic, commercial, business, every possible general insurance broking product we offer. The only things obviously we don't do is your life insurance and your income protection, but we have lovely referral partners, thanks to BNI, that we do work very closely with. So that's the gist of the business. And I came into the business just over a year ago. So I had a background in finance and healthcare, so very different industries. And I came in as the role of a business relationship manager, and I absolutely love it. I can't imagine doing anything else now.
Fantastic. And how are you enjoying working with mum and dad?
I love it. A lot of people ask me this question, but I think we're very good at having our work hats and family hats on. So when work ends, that's where it ends. The work arguments stay at work. And the family arguments stay within family, so we don't let them cross over. So I think we're all really good at that. And this year, actually in Feb, we've moved into an office space as well. So it is nice. We have a little bit more space. We're not all in each other's spaces. So it is really good.
Excellent, excellent. And so you've been involved in the business for a year. So then how long have you been involved in BNI for?
So similar times, I came into BNI pretty much as soon as I joined the business.
Right.
So how I actually came into BNI, my auntie Vidya is actually in BNI Delhi. So BNI changed her life and really, really helped her business. And, you know, once you've been through that, you obviously want to pass that on to other business owners. So seeing that my mum and dad were so new in business, she was like, guys, you really, really need to join BNI. So she was like, you know, it's international. You'll be able to find the BNI where you are. And it was coincident, similar time to when she'd been telling them to do this. Sharon was actually doing a startup chapter in Shamside. So we're based in Shamside, perfect, you know, geographically works really well. So dad started going there, and then as soon as I joined the business, you know, he invited me along as a visitor, and then pretty much palmed it off to me and was like, here, this is your baby now, you take care of BNI. So that's how I came into BNI. So definitely my auntie was a huge influence, you know, seeing how BNI helped her business really succeed and thrive was a really good motivating factor for us to join. And then once we joined, you know, firsthand seeing that was really, really good as well.
Fantastic. So just tell me a bit about your auntie. So you said that BNI changed her life. I mean, that's a massive statement. So how did BNI change your auntie's life, Niki?
Absolutely. So she is an artist based in Delhi. So she deals with a lot of the big hotels. Like when you go to all your 5-star hotels, you see the big, beautiful artwork on the walls. She's the person that supplies and does all of that. So that's what her business is. It's called Mirage Creations, and she does do it worldwide, so for all sorts of hotels. And pretty much, you know, BNI helped her find, you know, her identity, helped her personal development and growth as not just a business owner, but also as a person as well. It really gave her a purpose and motive, and, you know, she's so driven, like she's always driven, but BNI just gave her even more like reason to be more driven. So seeing her is very, very inspirational for all of us, you know, because just the growth she's had and the passion she has, and she's always trying to find ways of, you know, how can I help others, which is where, you know, Givers Gain comes in. So no matter where she is in the world, she'll find a way to link it to BNI. So it's really, really inspiring to see.
So you just touched on, and that is an inspiring story. You just touched on Givers Gain. So for the listeners who aren't familiar with that, what does that mean, Niki?
Givers Gain is all about, you know, the more you give, the more you get kind of thing. And I think the best part about going into BNI is Givers Gain is something we were already doing as a small business. So our values as a business really aligns with one of BNI's core values. So as a small business, we really, really try to give back to, you know, our small business clients. So whether it's going out to restaurants and supporting our clients, whether it's getting my hair done, you know, at one of our clients, it's all about, you know, Givers Gain. You know, as a family-owned business, we understand what it's like to be a small business. So we love giving back. So the fact that it aligns with BNI is just perfect, and it just made even more sense for us to be in BNI.
Fantastic. Now, you shared about your auntie's story, but share a little bit about your story. So in the last 12 months, what positive outcomes have you seen through BNI, whether it be professionally or personally?
Honestly, you are very true in saying professionally and personally, because we have definitely felt it in both ways. So professionally, our big motive that we had for the past year was, you know, to grow the brand name, get it out there, get it more, you know, easily recognizable. And that's definitely happened. You know, I'm going to places and they're like, hey, we know you kind of thing. And it's a nice feeling as a small business to be recognized and to kind of get that recognition of like, hey, you really helped us out when we needed you the most. Like, that's what we really thrive on. We like doing right by our clients, and meeting other like-minded people in BNI from a professional sense is a team of marketing advocates, you know, like everyone is advocating for you, and to have that behind us, having that support is just incredible. And that support from not just a personal level, not just a professional level, but it has turned into a personal level where I've made friends that I can see myself being friends with for the rest of my life.
How do you measure the success of your participation in BNI?
Look, with BNI, obviously you do have the KPIs of, how many referrals have you given out, how many referrals have you received, how many one-to-ones. And at first I was really skeptical about, oh my God, how am I going to get these numbers, work itself is your full-time job, and then this almost felt like it was going to be a full-time job of trying to meet those extra BNI KPIs, as they call it. And you know what, honestly, it just happens so organically. You don't even have to think about it. I was having a one-to-one with someone yesterday, and I was like, I used to be stressed about, who am I going to give my one referral to? But I think your brain, just in the back of your mind, is just constantly wired to be thinking about others. The second someone says, hey, I need an electrician, or hey, I need a mortgage broker, I'm like, hey, I know the best ones, I meet them every week for a coffee and they're the best in business. I trust them. I know them. I know they're going to do what's best for you. So, you've always got, credible sources in your back pocket, and I just love that. That's the best part.
Excellent. So you're a connector, so you've spent the time to build these wonderful relationships, and now you can connect and help all of your network out as well.
Exactly right. And, I think when you have built those relationships, it's nice to know that when I am referring someone onto, say, a mortgage broker or a financial advisor, I'm sending them to someone that I know is credible. So, it's good for me, and my client's going to be like, hey, it was really good because you sent me to a credible, trustworthy source, not just anyone sort of thing. It's tried and tested, and they've got good feedback. So it's really good to have a panel of people that I can refer to.
Excellent. What advice would you give to any new BNI member to make the most out of their membership?
Give it time. At first, as a new member, it feels very repetitive. It feels like, I don't know if this is going to work, but definitely over time, you just got to be patient, and it does work. And my other advice would be try and make the most of your membership. Go to the social events, have those one-to-ones, have those coffees, get to know your colleagues within the chapter, because at the end of the day, those are the people that are going to advocate for you. And the more they know you, the more they understand your business, the more you're going to grow together. Because a big philosophy we have within our business is, we all grow together as one team. So one person, if one of our authorized representatives grows, we grow. Same within BNI. If one of my chapter members is growing, that's growth for me as well. So we all grow together.
I love it. What a wonderful outlook. What's next for your business? Do you have any exciting projects or innovations coming up?
Oh, look, with the current market, I think there's always growth. There's always room for growth, and being such a small business, there's plenty of room for growth. We're fairly new. In the past year, we were very fortunate to have quite rapid growth in our authorised representative sphere. So what that essentially means, as I mentioned earlier, we are an aggregator. So within BNI, I know there is the philosophy of we block out your competitor. I am a little bit different when it comes to BNI, where insurance brokers are not my competitor. I'm always looking, to connect with other insurance brokers as we do act as an aggregator. And then we also have our sister company where we provide outsourced broking assistance for insurance brokers. So similar to how other VA companies operate and provide staff, we really niche down into the insurance industry and just provide trained and qualified broker assistance for other insurance brokers. So I think there's a lot of growth in both of those areas. And then obviously we service clients Australia-wide, so everyone is a potential client. So the growth just never stops, I think.
Well, that's exciting. Exciting for you and for your business. How do you see your relationship with BNI evolving as your business grows?
Look, I think it's already evolving in the time I've been with them. I'm going to Cairns tomorrow, so I'm very excited for my first BNI National Conference. And it's just opened up so many opportunities, and I can't imagine that stopping here. I can just see more and more opportunities opening up down the line. And I would love to grow within BNI as well, and see where I go from just being a chapter member onwards.
Wonderful. If you could share one piece of business wisdom to our listeners, whether they're from BNI or not, what would it be, Niki?
I think for me, after seeing my parents' journey of starting this business, it would definitely be take that plunge. Take the risk, take the plunge. You never know where it will lead you and what's the worst that's going to happen kind of thing. But you never know until you do it. So if you think you can afford to do it, try and take that risk. It'll be worth it in the end, I reckon.
Take the plunge. Great advice. Niki, how can listeners learn more about your business or get in touch with you?
So they can follow us on social media at Shore & Shore Insurance Advisors, or they can head to our website at www.shoreandshore.com.au.
Wonderful. Thanks, Niki. I really appreciate it. Well, that wraps up another episode of the BNI Effect. We hope that you enjoyed today's discussion, and I want to extend a massive big thank you to Niki Pokala for sharing her insights with us. If you found value in today's episode, please subscribe to the BNI Effect on your local, where you find local podcasts. And until next time, keep networking, keep growing, and remember, your success is our priority here at the BNI Effect.